Welcome back to part number 3 of my Imperator Rome series. As Rome, we were blocked off from the south, so we proceeded up here to the north. It's not exactly optimal, but I was able to move some Roman pops up here manually and move some Lepontics and Druidics down and intersperse them so that the loyalties are not horrifically bad. They're just sort of mildly manageable. It's actually our Italic pops that are not exactly Roman. I just finished a theater square in Capua, which added 0.5 to the loyalty of the province, which is presently at 0. If I build another one in Neapolis, it'll get me 0.4 more. That'll end the bleeding. I switched all of the policies over to cultural assimilation as well. So this should get more Roman pops rolling along as well. You note the cultural assimilation. If you do it in your Italic or capital province, you never have to change it ever again. And that's what I did. So moving these pops here down to Italia into the cities will not only save me from having to adjust this policy here to cultural assimilation, but it'll get the pops out of this area, which generally, this area essentially, which we intend to conquer. It tends to be more disloyal than not, as you'll note, because it's wrong religion at least, mostly wrong culture unless you happen to be phonetic. Whatever the case is or is not, that's the plan. We're just going to move these pops down and intersperse them. So I was looking, let a little time pass, as I said, built a theater square here, probably as money allows. Build another theater square perhaps here, or just wait and save my money and see what happens. Bruttia has become involved in a war with Crotia, I'm not exactly sure as to the exact nature of it, but these guys, this lot here that were in a defensive league together, are no longer so much so. One of them has left, specifically Bruttia, and now Bruttia is only allied with Lucania. So if we declare war on Bruttia, it will bring in its ally Lucania, but not this other lot here, the city-states, etc. Croton or whom not here. Who is Croton? This looks to be in the league here with... Yep. So I think we can handle Bruttia and Lucania, and we have claims in both. As you'll note, we can't fabricate a claim if we wanted to because they're fully claimed up for free from those missions. We have a fair bit of manpower, thanks in no small part to that 5,000 manpower event we got for the Carthage thing. We can indeed raise our levies in our capital and will do exactly that. Let's break these guys in half. We'll head down here and there. I could grab a few more levies, I suppose, from Cisalpine Gaul. These guys are just damage waiting to happen, a light infantry, but a couple of heavy infantry here, some cavalry, and they'll take a while to get. We may as well raise them as well. Let's get them headed down here. We'll have them hold down the fort here, as it were, just in case something gets by. But this should be go relatively easy. This is, of course, if I'm able to declare war in time, and he doesn't re-affiliate with this defensive league and such. In fact, I think perhaps if it's actionable now, we'll just do it, and that is exactly what we'll do. Boom. What is that? We've done it. So unless something, exceptionally strange happens, I'm looking for a slaughter. I'll keep you updated from time to time. Looks as though we're simply at war with Bruttia and Lucania, the primaries, and that's really all we want. We want to keep these smaller states intact so they'll buy all of our stuff. First glorious victory. Well, this thing popped up, you could say, lose 50 approval of the Boni. We sort of want more pop capacity in Latium anyway, so why not? We'll just pay. We'll just pay. We'll go into the negative there. The siege goes well enough, and this is going well enough as well. We have essentially claimed out any and all claims that can be made here, here, here. There's one going there, and I have. We can't even make one there, or we don't have the 8 required, I think. And I think we're mostly we're doing in work there. So everything that can be claimed really has been for the foreseeable future. So going into negatives shouldn't make any difference at all. Looks as though we can get an extra trade route here, I believe, somewhere. Arminium, I see, 439. And why we want an extra trade route there? Let's see. Why not have it? Why not have it? Maybe it'll import various things going forward here. It has the ability. I see. It's not doing anything. Well, back to our warring. Actually, why not? We can import some olives to the area and make the local slaves more happy and such. So why not do it? Alright, so we can gain a bit of money or kill off our pops. What is that? Well, we'll not do that apparently, so there we go. So that should be, we can't do it now, 36 months, so on we go here. Let's move it on out down here. We'll get this this unit right there. This unit here. Alright, 1 fort down. Looks like just 1 to go. We should be able to move here. And then get you over here. Once this one goes, I think we can peace out with the whole lot. We can peace out with him for some reason. Alright, well, let's do it. We'll start to burn the AE sooner than later. Can sell these various goods as well. And delete out that fort. I'm pretty sure when this fort falls, we're going to be able to pivot right back here if all things remain static and take Messapia, Tarentum, and the small city-state Siphius. Also note here that our friends up in Etruria are no longer allied with Carthage and are allied with... Who are these guys? Inguania and Freniatia here. So we may be able to go finish this, bang up here, and then march up here, provided our manpower stays good or our ability to hire mercs stays intact. Let's take a quick look here at the loyalty. Looks as though Campania has come around. Aemilia here is still problematic. Actually, a lot of these. Hold on. Where is this area here? Oh, we just took that, huh? We'll sort it out after the war. Okay, I built a theater square here in Adria, and Grand Theater. It's at the most distal aspect of our expansive to the north, so it should serve us well. Looks as though we have another end the what is them? Vanquish Lucanians. We can do that and get an assimilation. So let's do that. Let's do exactly that. We can have a city. Let's do that. Why not do it? The more cities, the merrier. The bigger our armies. We just hit a religious advance here. Let's check the status of our technologies. And still haven't reached the cap, so we're good there. We could buy Unintegrated culture group happiness. That'd probably help with the loyalty up north. Although we're probably not going to run into any culture group happiness. Oh, what is that? Apparently we are. We are indeed. So it's always nice to have. And we can have... we'll just keep it until we figure out exactly what we need. I'm moving these quote-unquote idle legions up to the Apulian border here. I intend to declare war on them, I think, after this siege is finished. We have oratory advances now. What is that? Yeah. We can hit this approach Greeks, but we can turn a lot of these city-states into client states or vice versa, but I think some of it costs political influence, which we have none of, and we'll have to skip it, so I'll just wait. Siege is won, and that should do it for Bruttia as well. 1 AE, I'll take it. Okay, let's see what we're looking at here. Loyalty tick is positive here. Let's see, the loyalty tick is slightly negative, but not really all that bad. As Campania is under control here. 0.3 there. +1. These areas, it's not critical yet, but it's getting there. As I have the manpower, the levies are already called up. The war weariness is under control. We are one step away from unintegrated culture group happiness bonus there. See no reason why not to declare this war. Our allies are already up. They're ready. Mobilized. This city-state here could be trouble, but as this is actionable and it's manageable, we'll do it. And let's just get that rolling there. Let's see, we can... is that this... we'll take this and then roll over here, perhaps. It looks like really another slaughter, so if anything happens of interest, I'll be sure to let you know. The war is progressing splendidly. We've done an occupation here. More to the point, I just bought a theater square up in our territory in Aemilia. It's a wrong culture, wrong culture highly, and then wrong religion. At some point, I need to shuffle some pops about here. Maybe if I get some Hellenics in there. Maybe I'll do both at the same time. Make it Roman and Hellenic. The religion is... Let's see the exact nature of these pops. They seem to be converting and such. They get a 25% malice for not being the dominant religion. I suppose... Why not? Are there any Hellenes? Let's see if there are some available. We just need 2 more Hellenic pops from wherever. I suppose we can get one from here. And then perhaps here as well. They seem to still be Hellenic. We pop that to the majority, so that should get us faster integration, or at least we've lost our 25% malice there. At some point, we'd want to make it... we're getting a 25% malice here for not being a dominant culture, but we are nowhere near being the dominant culture there. So just leave it alone. I have the theater, Grand Theater going up. And that'll be that. It occurred to me that I stumbled on... I had moved a bunch of pops to Piceum earlier in the, I think, episode number 2. And then I triggered the mission to where a colonia has been formed. And there were so many pops there that I had moved that 11 of these pops assimilated to Roman. I don't know whether it's it's sort of skirts around or is at the periphery of exploitive to one degree or the next, where you can move all the pops to a location and then trigger the mission and assimilate, auto-assimilate a whole bunch of them. But that doesn't mean that it's not a thing or can't be done. And maybe move a bunch of pops to wherever it is here, and once we get the mission available, we can assimilate more of them. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with this war. It's looking like a slaughter. I'll be back. Boom! We have a breakthrough here. One innovation here. Our glorious Fabia Tertia has come through for us. 36. She'll be around for some time. Let's see what we have. Obsessive. That's she's done it there. I think quite a few of these have. She's intelligent. We have her. She's obsessive for her, and I think Virginia is the only one that doesn't have it. But she's fairly good at what she does. Speaking of research here, it looks as though we are very near our maximum here. So we could well reach the max during the war, and then we'll be losing out on some technologies. So I believe if we take theological colleges, we can get increase our maximum. Is there another way? There is another way, but there's no point in taking one or the other, as neither of them seem to do much of anything. So we get a great wonder here that we'll never build, so we'll take that. One of our schemes has come through here for political influence. As we're going to declare 1 war, 2 war, and then 3, will not take this, but there is another way. We can take 36 PI for just a bit of money. It gives us a positive political influence again. And what to do with it, not exactly sure. There's an option here to change our stance, I believe. If memory serves, we are not going to have any problem at all with aggressive expansion for some time, especially if I don't conquer directly up into these barbarian lands. I have claims. What claims can be had? Here, 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 here. I think there's an errant claim for 15, or maybe we'll leave that be. We can claim something there. So we are in the claims for quite some time, really. 13, we'll just leave that be as well. So Etruria is completely claimed, if actionable. A boy, Veneto, all the way down to here, and we're working there. All of this is claimed. I have no claims against Syracuse. I can't say exactly as of right now that I want any. We're busy for some time. We'll create them when the time comes. At some point, all of the Greek kingdoms are going to be acclaimed, and we'll be able to take that territory fully without any sort of meaningful aggressive expansion incursion, without incurring any, I should say. So, what that means is that our problem is going to be loyalty, not aggressive expansion. And what we need to do is have theaters. As all of these areas here are Hellenic, and theaters are very expensive, and we have no need of the claim bonus from the bellicose stance. We get a bit of war score cost, but we don't really need that either, as our wars are fairly small. If we were against Carthage, I suppose that 10% could become meaningful, but it's not really, though. So that leaves us with the options here to change to either an appeasing, which means we'll have to be at peace, and we were worried about aggressive expansion, which we're not, or mercantile, which will get us more money for our glorious grand theaters. What we'll do there right now. So that should get us more money. And let's see exactly how much more. Well, 2.5 every month is more than we had. The war again is going well. A wonderful pop-up here, 10 boni approval and 172.93. With that cash infusion, I think it's time to see about getting this area here Romanized by moving some Roman culture slaves up to this city and throw it over the threshold for a faster or expedited cultural assimilation. Let's do that. Alright, so about 300 gold later, we have Hellenized this area earlier, here as well, and flipped this to Roman. So what that means now is that these pops should assimilate fairly quickly and convert. There's no malice is what there is, and then that's once this theater, a grand theater goes up, it's already there, so that should work itself out. This area is, I'm not going to change the policy, of course, because this guy will die or something, and then I'll have to change it again and pay. I don't want to pay. Again, the war is just proceeding. These sieges are moving along. I'll be back. We've done it. We don't want to kill off our future pops. We don't need the money per se. We don't need these nobles to be killed, although probably Harry would probably be more loyal than not in the near term. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll proceed, I believe, in this direction. There's a... that needs to be sieged, right? Let's see, the opinion... how about ourselves? Yeah, so we're at war with Messapia, Tarentum, and this city-state here. We can separate peace here. We just dropped that siege, so I figure why not do it? We'll burn off that aggressive expansion while we wait. We'll take this, why not do it? Mix it up a little bit, maybe add a few characters here. We'll probably delete these forts so we don't have to pay. Potentia has become a city, which is where exactly? There it is. I think it should have the bonus to assimilation from Colonia, or it does, yeah. Fresh conquest, Roman Colonia +1. So if we move a bunch of pops there, let's see what the situation is at present. There's a bit of assimilation really that needs to get done there already. We could supercharge it with a grand theater. It's not a poor idea, I suppose. Probably other areas that would be better served by a grand theater, however. So we'll just leave that be. We'll ransom this prisoner from our vassal and get that stability tick off our board. Some kind of demand. We can afford the 10 approval loss here. We'll not pay, surely. So we're still at 90. We make quite a bit of money. These sieges are going increasingly slowly, as I believe this fort level 2. Probably level 2 here as well. Yeah, it is. What we need to do is pay the advance to professional training here so that we can have and then change the law in our capital here that will enable us to draw up a professional army in our capital so that we can get to siege towers and such. The unit, forget exactly what it's called, but it is actionable. We need that badly. I would probably take it right now, other than I only have 3 martial advances, and we're not very close to the 4th. So we need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully we'll get a free one. It's been a while since I played this game. For whatever reason, we're able to roll right by this fort's zone of control here. with these units. I could have been sieging this simultaneously with that. We're sieging this. You'd think the fourth zone of control would prevent these units from advancing. Apparently it didn't, though, so I can't say exactly my bad on that, because there should be a zone of control right here that stops the movement, but it doesn't. There's a large battle getting together here. We have 45, and then this siege just fell, and theoretically I think I can peace out here as well. And I will, because we have no aggressive expansion. We'll start to burn that, and we'll have these guys as well. We'll ransom this prisoner. We can't ransom him. I see, because he's being held by the actual enemy, or... Well, we'll pay. We'll pay. These are being held by our vassal. So that this battle was over really before it started. They don't have many troops, and I'll be back to you when the war's over. Alright, that really should do it. As to whether the whole thing is actionable as yet, we'll find out. Looks as though it is, and we'll close this war out immediately. Alright, as much as I'd like to carry on and war, we just have to shuffle these units or pops, levies up to the Etrurian front. We're ticking up on war score, and that's only going to get worse as time goes on. So let's disband these levies and stand down for just a moment. And disband them all. Here we'll get some military experience and whatnot. We could spend it, but I like the morale. And perhaps we'll just wait. We'll give this fellow some access. And that's that. We'll just wait until the levies can be raised again here. I'll be back at such a time. 65,820. So in August. I just took a look over here. I was thinking of trying to unite Italia. I thought for about as long as took for me to realize that I didn't have a navy. And don't really want to build one at this point, just to take these Italia regions. It would be nice as we could set it to cultural assimilation, but it seems very involved relative to the bonus, as we have so many other options available. We have claims, and we don't have to build a navy to do any of it. I have a claim going up against Syracuse. I'll probably drop a few more. And then I looked over here and realized Etruria was allied with Carthage, and we got called in by Bastitania. We said we're not quite ready yet. It looks as though Bastitania, on the other hand, was, as they've kicked Carthage off of the Iberian mainland, and at least in their little corner of it. Only they have this one territory left. Carthage is at war with Massicilia. It looks as though they're winning, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe the Massicilians will pull a Bastitania maneuver and kick them out of there as well. Who knows? I'll be back. Alright, before proceeding, I went ahead and filled up this city almost to max, so when we trigger our mission, I think more of the pops will auto-assimilate. It already had 45 pops there. I also realized that we had some vegetables available to us now, and I'm probably going to cancel another route here from... What do we have? A singular of livestock. Cancel that and import vegetables from ourselves here. One, and yeah, we'll get it from the Seleucids there as well. So that means it's going to be cheaper to move a bunch of pops into Tarentum, after which we're going to build a grand theater. Okay, so let's see about these missions. Destroy. So we have 3 pops, 4 pops, 9 pops, 3 pops. Tarentum, I see. So we'll do that. 9 pops, we'll take that. So what is the story here with the culture? we now have 12 Roman pops. So it's closer. Let's go ahead and build that Grand Theater. And we'll get perhaps a Grand Theater here as well. Check the loyalties of these new areas. 0.8 down. 0.9 down. We're running a high stability just due to RNG. That these areas should become more disloyal as time passes. How about you? It's not quite as disloyal as before. I'll be back. We're at the point where we probably should have a navy. Iturea. If we're going to attack Iturea, we'll probably want to get over to Corsica here. And we're going to require a navy to do... I see, yeah, Civil War. When exactly does that happen again? Looks like 17 months. We can... That can be problematic. It's sort of random in my recollection as to whether you end up at war with both of them or one of them, or whether you can be auto-pieced out with one or the other. It's sort of challenging to wrap your head around. They're best avoided in my remembrance. And then there's these guys here. Let's see. Bruttia. We could attack him. He doesn't have the Civil War going, and perhaps that's a better choice. Whatever the case is, or is not, we're going to have to wait. Whatever the case is or is not, we are probably going to need a navy. I'm going to build out 20 Liborians while I wait. It looks as though we have claims now in Epirus and Illygracia. What is that? Illygracia. Here and Epirus there. It doesn't say anything about the Greeks as yet, but I think I remember the timing of this perhaps good for me. We have these ships on the way, and we're building 20. Maybe we'll build more. Alright, I noted we are about a half an hour into this episode. There's been a lot of bells and whistles that have been going on. I won a war or two. Gonna build out these Liborians in between the episode. Maybe let a little time pass. Call up the levies, and then maybe cross the sea here. We may go up here to Veneto. I'm not sure. I hope to see you then.